we're here in Vegas, and I mean, we are dressed like two gals that live somewhere in Tucson or Sedona, and we come do the Vegas thing. We hit our restaurants. We love to go see the magicians. We seem like the lesbian couple who we have a personal relationship with the magicians.
Oh, we absolutely do. We love this, and we're gonna go. And we're going to spend the big dollars and go to the Sphere for the big magicians over there, Copperfield or whoever.
Oh yeah, and then we're going to see the Eagles at the Sphere. We look like lesbians who own a crystal shop in Arizona, and we love the Eagles. Yeah. Period.
Is this what this is? Is this what you don't do?
No, like Rock On.
Rock On is this.
This is. I think a demonic symbol.
Okay.
No, that's Longhorns. That's the Texas Longhorns. Why are you doing that?
For my boyfriend, Glenn Powell. Boyfriend, Glenn Powell.
So Jen and I do share a love of Glenn Powell, and he is just such a cutie. And we ran into him at the One Hotel. And Jen had just told me, I think 20 minutes prior, it was you, me, and Tina, right?
Yes.
And you were sitting there and you're like, man, if I saw Glenn Powell, I would attack him. And then Glenn Powell happened to be sitting at the bar behind us.
And here's the thing. Heather will talk to anyone. I travel with Heather all over these great states, and she's chatting with everyone, making friends. People approach her. Heather's chit-chatting with them. I didn't know this about Heather, is that she will not go up and introduce herself to someone who she knows of.
Yeah.
She'll talk to a stranger, but she's not hey, I'm a big fan of yours, or like, hey, we have this person in common. That's not your vibe. And after years of being friends and working together, I did not know this until this moment where I always talk to people. I do it less now, like after 20 years of living in Los Angeles, but there was a phase when American Idol was at its height.
Here we go.
There is not an American Idol contestant that I did not touch. I mean, I was just like out and about.
Like chasing down Ruben Studdard
yes.
down the strip? What are you talking about?
No, I once, I saw Jordan Sparks at an AMC theater. And stroked her arm and told her how proud I was of her.
So let me get this straight. You've been assaulting American Idol contestants.
Yes.
Wow. Good thing I brought her on camera. If anybody needs to identify their stalker, here she is, Jen Zabrowski.
I don't know what the limit of what is that called?
The statute of limitation
is.
It's usually about 12 years, but.
So maybe I passed that. When's Jordan Sparks on? But
probably.
During there was a 5-season period of time when I would just talk to anyone who was on American Idol. Also, once in a nightclub, I saw Chris Evans, and this was back when Lindsay Lohan had just gotten out of rehab for the first time. We had remember was Andy Milonakis. Remember the Andy Milonakis show?
One of the best pieces of art, I would say, of our time.
Yes, 100% agree. He was at this club. It was on Santa Monica Boulevard. I forget the name of it, but this was when, I was in my 20s and going out and partying and I was also a preschool teacher at the time, and I had to leave the club because I had to go home to get some sleep before I had to go teach preschool the next morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, but before I go, I have to do one thing. And I walked up to Chris Evans, and I just want you to know, I knew beforehand. I walked up to him, and I stroked his face, and I said, you are American Pie.
What was his reaction?
He smiled and was also like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Who is this woman? But he smiled and he was like, thank you. And I was like, I have to go teach preschool in the morning, so I got to go. But I just want you to know, you are American Pie. You're going to do great things. And I walked away.
But see, that's nice. Wait, hold on. Do you see that real quick? Do you see that? That looks...
Is that a private plane? It looks like it's coming into the building.
Yeah, we can see the Sphere from the window. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm so sorry. But all the private planes that are taking off from the airport look like they're about to run directly through our window. It is giving me a heart attack 6 times. But sorry. Okay, wait, let's go back to Chris Evans. But here's the thing. I like pumping people up. I really find a joy and that kind of exposure. You know what it is? I feel intimidated. And not that intimidated, I shouldn't be in the same room as these people, but I know what it's like how to, in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I mean, I creeped on enough people when I worked at Soul Cycle and in a way, but the dynamic was different.
Yes.
I don't know why even now as a peer in some of these situations, I'm just like, I'm just going to sit in the corner and drink my Chardonnay.
No.
Why do I get anxious?
No, I was a nightmare anytime the few acting jobs that I booked. I was panicked fully, like on set in that dynamic hierarchy, et cetera, of like when to make friends, when people want to talk in the makeup trailer, that kind of thing. Not great in that dynamic. But walking up to people and just like being like, you're amazing. I'm so excited for you. And to bring it back to our mutual boyfriend, Glenn Powell, I was like, this is my moment.
Yeah.
We have friends in common. I was like, and I've wanted for years to meet him and to tell him that he's going to be the biggest movie star and he was going to save Hollywood. My sister knows this. I would be like, Jess, this guy, Glenn Powell, I'm telling you, he's going to be a movie star.
Yeah.
And now the moment's passed because he is a movie star. So I can't tell him he's going to be a movie star.
This
because
was
he
exactly
is.
like a year ago. Like he was just about to start doing the press tour for Twisters. And you had a 3-day window. You had a 20-minute window to tell him he was going to be a star. And now he is a star. And I don't think you can ever do that again.
Well, you know what? It's your fault.
It is my fault.
Because I got all excited. I was like, we have friends in common. I know what I'm going to say. I was running through it. I was like,
he was casual. He didn't have a big posse. He was having just a cocktail with 2 friends.
And there weren't a lot of people there. It was like a very cool vibe. It was like, this is it.
There was also a French bulldog that was adjacent and like a chair next to it, which like that could have been an easy in. Whose dog is this? Like there were so many ways for you to approach a situation smoothly, calmly, and efficiently.
And I was like, this is my moment. This is my time. And I was like, all right, we're doing this. And because we were getting up to leave and Heather just started to disassociate. Like even as I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And Heather was like, she wasn't even getting words out. She was just like looking off into the distance, even though we were even closer than we are right now physically. And then we get up and we start moving towards him. And Heather just takes a hard left and she walks and you stood in front of a wall. A wall was 6 inches from your face and you just...
I did. I stood like by the elevator bank, but there wasn't. I wasn't like in front of the door. I was just standing, and the one hotel. So there's a lot of wood, and it's very eco-friendly. So I was standing in front of like a piece of pine bark or some shit, and I was just like, I didn't know what to do.
And she just stood in front of the wall, and I see her, and I'm like, well, I now can't speak to this man. And I was like, is this so unhinged? What I'm about to do? I didn't trust myself. I've been doing it for 20 years.
And I fucked you up. Here I am. And you know what? You need to trust yourself and quit listening to me because here I am bullying you about the barrel jeans, but they look cute on you.